Hello, everybody, and welcome to our channel. I'm Mark.
And I'm Rob.
Today, we're going to talk about more of the interview with Lyn Dunn and Howard Megdal on Next Hoops. And hey, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so and hit that notification bell when you do so you get notified of our next videos. We're almost at 3,000 and we need your help.
Yeah.
So, Rob, we covered part of the interview with Lyn Dunn in another video having to do with her criticizing the fans or being shocked by the fans criticizing them. But she went into some other things that I thought were interesting. It was 32 minutes long. But one thing she covered was that fact that she was going to want to try to attract free agents. And she said the way you do that is to get better every year and basically let them know we have a foundation to win a championship in the next couple of years, which of course is obvious. And my question to her is, what if you have a lousy coach? Would that attract free agents?
Also, my question is, what have you done to do this?
Well, we waived our best defensive player and kept a player that we haven't played all year.
Okay. And then also
we hired a lousy coach who we won't fire.
You drafted one of the most outstanding future players, best player in the world, yet you don't protect her and you don't back her when things are going against her.
Well, certainly the coach doesn't.
No.
We know that. But that's, everything she said was obviously true. They got a good young team. Boston's only a little older than Caitlin Clark. She's still 22. Right. So they have a lot of talent that needs to be developed. And if they had the right coach, that would be promising. But with the wrong coach, I don't see it as promising. Now, they have gotten better the last 2 years. That's true. But that's because they got the number 2 pick 2 years ago, the number 1 pick last year, and the number 1 pick this year. So, I mean, anybody could get better with those picks.
Well, they're supposed to. Didn't the Aces they weren't that good? And then they got the first round draft choices, and now they won championship. So what's up with your team?
Right. There's been history in the WNBA with people that got the first round pick 2 years in a row that won championships. I think it's happened twice. So, but she doesn't see the fact that she has a coach that's not going to attract free agents. She puts her players underneath the bus, and she's incompetent. That's a bad combination.
Right, I would not play for her. No. I mean, I'd like to play with Caitlin Clark. Oh, I would say only if you got rid of your coach.
Right, I agree. She also talked about what they really got to do as a team to get better was improve on defense and special situations. Now, Christy Sides is supposed to be a defensive specialist, and their defense, both on ball, half court, and also transition defense, both sucks. And their special situations suck because she doesn't know how to draw up a play. When she does, she draws it up for the wrong player. She never gives it to Caitlin Clark, even if she's shooting 9 for 9.
Yeah. Like I said, her half court defense, if you're switching, there's no switching, and then if she does do a zone, neither of the players know how to even play a zone defense, a basic 2-3 zone defense. So.
Right. And if they're still working on these basic things and they're still terrible at it, what does that say about the coach? It's a young team, but we're 26 games in and they're still terrible. It's not like they went from terrible to below average. They went from terrible to semi-terrible.
I mean, it's kind of easy. A 2-3 zone is kind of easy. When I taught 3-year-olds, I said, okay, you stand in this spot here. That's where you go. You stand in this spot here.
Oh, hey, slow down. It's too fast.
I know. It's too hard to comprehend. But even though they understood it, and they said, okay, and they stood there in that spot of the zone.
Because young players want to be taught. But if you have a coach who's incompetent, they're not going to learn from her.
Right.
And the free agents aren't going to come. So it's not going to happen. Yeah. So that was my takeout on that. Let us know what you think about the interview. You can find it online. It's obvious. It's 32 minutes long. It's kind of boring. She's
if you want to take 32 minutes out of your life, then go right ahead.
Well, my problem with the interview was the softball questions by Howard. She didn't ask her any tough questions that I would have asked. And I would have asked clearly about the incompetency of the coach. I would have asked about, and especially how she talks about the players and never takes responsibility and how they haven't improved in the areas we just talked about.
Well, like I said, the follow-up question I would have asked her, okay, so you want this, so what do you plan on doing?
Right.
That should have been a follow-up question on that.
I would have asked her, why hasn't she used Caitlin Clark properly? Why she keep giving her mixed signals on whether to shoot or not?
Or does she? I would put her on the does she use Caitlin Clark properly?
I would ask her, why do you have a player that's been on the roster for the last year and a half who doesn't pass to any other people on the team, who's got immense talent, Mitchell, and you haven't developed her? Your coach hasn't developed her. Why haven't you put pressure on your coach to get her to pass? I mean, I don't understand. There's all sorts of questions you could ask her. Why did you get rid of? Go ahead, Rob. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Well, she's a former coach, so that's what I would ask her. I said, okay, so your defense is not doing that well. What would you do as far as to improve your defense or your offense?
Give me one good reason why a team that struggles with defense, that drafted a player this year, didn't even give that player a chance to show that she's a great defender, which she was in college, and you waived her when you're struggling on defense, especially perimeter guard defense, because people think Caitlin Clark isn't good at on-ball defense, and we know Mitchell isn't, and we know Wheeler isn't. None of those three are really good on defense.
Right.
So why would you get rid of her? And you kept Saxton, who's only played about 2 minutes the entire season. So what's the point of keeping someone like her? I would ask her that. That's a general manager thing. Why wasn't that question asked? I mean, I can't believe he didn't ask about that. So
yeah,
I can't believe he didn't ask a lot of questions, but I don't know. Those are softball questions, and I think they're friends, and that's why that happened. And that's not a good interview. That's not an honest interview.
No.
And so I don't know. Let us know what you think about the interview with Lyn Dunn. All right, make some intelligent, non-insulting comments down below, and if you like this video, hit the like button. And also, we're going to be going live today from 2 to 5 Eastern time to cover the Olympics. Got a lot of good events coming up the next 2 days. Swimming today and tomorrow, and then track and field starts tomorrow. Rob will be there both days. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so and hit the notification bell when you do. And also join us for our regular live show. That's 6 to 8 Eastern time, but it won't be next Monday because of the Olympics, and won't be on major holidays.
Are we going to cover the women's basketball today?
The women's basketball does play today, Rob. Luckily, they show the team on USA and not on NBC, so I don't have to.
We're watching NBC. Okay.
And they got bad ratings last game. I am interested to see what kind of ratings and what kind of attendance they get. I'm glad you brought that up because they only had 13,000. Everybody had between 15 and 27,000 on the other 7 games. And we're like, the biggest draw. And Japan gets a lot of fans too, normally. So, and the USA side was empty. But the men drew 10.9 million, and the women only drew 3 million. So the boycott's working, despite what some people are trying to claim. Yep. And the difference, yes, the men always get more, but there was only a 15% difference in the last Olympics between the 2 gold medal games.
So I guess we're not covering it. Okay, good deal.
We're not covering it unless they fly Caitlin Clark in today, which I guess they can't because the roster has to be turned in 2 days before.
Right. All righty.
So that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
All right. Let us know what you think anyways, and we'll see you in the next video.
All right. Peace out.